Okay, good. It's finally recording. Hi guys, sorry for the background noise. The heat wave is over, but it's still pretty hot, so I'm just gonna leave the fan on its lowest setting back there. Any hoozle. So, yeah, so a thing happened today on the Book of Face that I thought was interesting and worth making a video about. So on my lunch break today, I decided to go down the rabbit hole of gaming news. I started reading a bunch of articles and stuff relating to what's going on in the business, because even though I don't really have time to play games that much anymore, I'm still very interested in them. And I ended up on this article that I thought was pretty freaking good. It is a Cracked article. It is called 4 Ways Gamers Still Suck at Dealing with Women. And it's actually it's one of the really good Cracked articles. Every now and then Cracked does a piece that I feel is just really great. And I know automatically, you know, oh my god, the only reason you like us because you're female, blah blah blah. Whatever. Just try to read the article with an open, you know, open brain, open eyes. Before you make all these broad assumptions, because it's actually, I mean, it's kind of an incendiary title to get people to read it, but it's actually a really good article. And it's written by Mark Hill, and he makes some really great points in here about, you know, basically how gamers, as an identity, gamers is becoming a pretty toxic thing to call yourself. I mean, if you say you're a gamer, first of all, if you say you're a gamer, and this isn't all in the article, this is a lot of my own experiences, if you say you're a gamer, you're going to be put through this gamut of proving yourself as a gamer, and if you fail, you know, like, I play Candy Crush or whatever, oh, you can't be a gamer. Doesn't matter if you have 300 hours logged in Call of Duty, you're still not a gamer because you play, you know, whatever. That kind of attitude, and especially, you know, the overwhelming sexist, the giant schism between how much hate males get and how much hate females get. I mean, a typical male insult is something like, you're fat and gay, your mom sucks cock, whatever. Females, it's like, I want to cut your head off, fuck you in the neck hole, gather your blood, stick it up your cunt, leave it up there for a month, and then drink it. Okay, that might be the typical insult, but that's definitely the kind of insult that often pops up, especially if you're unlucky enough to fall under the aim of, you know, 4chan or Reddit or 9gag or any of those, you know, repositories of human scum. I know not all of Reddit and 4chan is the terrible people, just, you know, the vocal minority, or majority as you want to say. Anyway, so point being, this article, I thought it was pretty cool. So, innocent me, I posted it to my Games Are for Fight Facebook page, and all I said is, this, and then I tagged it, sexism, gamers, Anna Sarkeesian, 4chan Reddit, get the fuck over yourself. And the reason I tagged Anita Sarkeesian in it, even though she's only slightly mentioned in this article, is because she, I feel like, is one of the biggest results, or biggest facers of this kind of bullshit in recent history. And I'm not even going to get into my opinions about her, but the vitriol, regardless of what she does or says, the vitriol against her is what's really prevalent and continues to repeat itself, which is, again, something that this article goes into. And I will definitely put the link in the description. I strongly recommend you read it. It's not the longest, and it's very good. Anywho, posted that to the Facebook, and unfortunately, one of my longtime subscribers felt compelled to respond to this. And I'm not going to say his name. I mean, by the time you see this video, I'll have removed all these comments because that's apparently what he wants. And even though I'll get into it, I think it's a bullshit reason. But, you know, I'm not here to make anyone feel worse about themselves. That is not my intent. Anyway, he replies, I can't believe you support Anita. I just ... ugh. Let's just say I'm glad she was threatened. He's glad that she had her life threatened. So he posts this, and I'm a little shocked because he's been a subscriber for a long time, and, you know, foolish me, I would have even possibly considered him friend, because he comments on stuff, I comment back, we have discussions, you know, that kind of thing. I mean, that's one of the many benefits of not being famous, is I can actually read and respond to comments. Anyway, so he said that, and I got a little soapboxy, I admit it, but I'm not regretful of what I said. I said, wow, the article isn't even about Anita, it's about assholes in gamer culture, which I suppose includes you, I'm sad to say. It's been real. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. That kind of attitude, let's say I'm glad she was threatened. That's not okay. If you want to be a loyal fan of my channel, which, you know, you can be whatever you want, but if you want to be the kind of person that I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm glad you're a fan, you aren't happy when people have their life threatened, regardless of how much you disagree with that person. Anyway, so I said that, and then the drama starts, and he says, wow, really? Just because I voiced my opinion? Okay, then you choose, you lose. Because he voiced his opinion. No. It's because he's glad that she had her life threatened. Okay? That's not okay. So I said, I'm glad she was threatened. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that sort of attitude is unacceptable. Have a nice life. So I thought that was it. Posted that. And then, yeah, again, I mean, this is kind of juvenile of me, but at the same time, deal with it. I don't really feel like this is something I should necessarily be shameful about. Go ahead and tell me I'm wrong in the comments. Tell me that I'm horrible scum for feeling this way. But anyway, so he posts that, and then he goes on to try to delete his comments. So I posted a screenshot of the comic, which I had already taken for pure what the fuck value. And so I posted it, and I said, if you're going to say you're glad a woman you've never met has had her life repeatedly threatened, you need to deal with the consequences. And then he replies, remove this, or I can get people involved you'd rather not want to deal with. Followed by, never mind, you're not rational, what was I thinking? You bitch about anyone that bitches about you, or anyone that you seem to like. Whatever. So he says that. And I replied, are you going to try to swap me or something? Because a couple months ago, I posted. I have to repeat this apparently again because probably anyone that watches this has never watched any of my other videos. But anyway, so a while ago I made this failed troll video on TF2. Someone posted it to cringe on Reddit, and I got a whole bunch of death threats and stuff like that. And they started claiming that they swatted me, and oh, we won, guys. I was never swatted. Anyway, so I replied, are you going to try to swap me or something? Really? I really wish you would at least look at that article. It perfectly describes behavior exactly like you're displaying right now and goes on to explain why it's such a problem. If not, well, I hope that someday you learn from your mistakes. And for the billionth time, this is a really good article because this shit is exactly what the article is talking about! Sorry, just... God, you're typical! Anyway, so I said... So that's what I said. And, For a split second, I was like, should I actually be concerned? And I was like, no, wait, this is standard internet protocol. He's probably just copy-pasting straight from 4chan or whatever. But, yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. And then the story gets really weird because all of a sudden, he switches to a totally new tactic that I admit is kind of new and I should try sometimes. He suddenly says, you know what? I'm sorry for anything I said that was really upsetting to you. I suffer from bipolar depression type 2, and it really makes me angry and all sorts of stuff. Didn't mean anything by it. It might be my end someday, but I welcome it. I always think about suicide each day, so it wouldn't surprise me if karma took my life. I would appreciate if you took it off, though. So this is where I go from standard internet, you know, rage but then I'm over it, to this is a problem. For many reasons. I broke down some of them in my response to him, but I'm just going to throw this out there first of all. Almost every single person I know, me included, suffers from depression. A lot of us have anxiety too. A lot of us have these massive neurological pathways that just aren't right, whether from chemical imbalance or situational or whatever reason. That's one of the reasons that we all like this nerdy stuff, gaming and stuff like that, is it's an escape, it's a way to connect with like-minded people. We all suffer from this stuff. That is never, ever an excuse to be an asshole. You are never allowed to say, oh, I don't feel good about myself, so I'm allowed to tell you that I want you to die. No. No. I'm sorry that you aren't feeling good. I'm not feeling good. A lot of my friends aren't feeling good. You just gotta do the best you can to get past it. Recognize what it is that makes you upset and avoid it. And if you can't avoid it, then do the best you can to find some way to deal with it that isn't lashing out at others and trying to make them feel as bad as you. Because that's never okay. Anyway, on to my response. I think about suicide a lot too. Doesn't mean I'm happy when others are threatened with death for having different opinions. If you're going to claim that a reminder that you are an asshole online is going to cause you to commit suicide, then in all legitimate seriousness, you, if this is relevant to you, you need to stop being on the internet. "I have depression" is never an excuse to be an asshole and cannot be used as an immediate cop-out for anything you do or say. I suggest, rather than fret and freak out, you use this as a lesson that you really need to be careful what sort of online places you're frequenting. Reevaluate if the places that make you think this sort of behavior is okay are really adding to your overall well-being, and maybe, just maybe, removing yourself from poisonous thought processes and trying not to feed into the very problem that this article describes. Also, read the damn article. Seriously? And that's pretty much where I left it. I banned him at that point. I'm not sure if that means he can't go to the page anymore, but I don't know, maybe I'll unban him later. It's just, I really wanted to do a video about this, even though I know I'm going to lose subscribers again over this, and a lot of people are going to come out and be like, "Oh, Cleo condones suicide and blah blah blah, stupid slutty female, whatever." I just really wanted to get on my soapbox and talk a little bit, because it's a good article. This is a sad issue. I can't really say anything here that hasn't already been said a million times, but people just need to stop being assholes, you know? I'm sure I'm a huge asshole quite often, and, you know, when I realize it, and I agree that I'm being an asshole, I try not to be. I do things that I regret sometimes, but at the same time, I have never, ever told someone I wish that they would die, or that they're a fugly piece of shit, and, you know, like, unfuckable, and, like, all these, you know, overt attacks on people. I have never done that. And I really don't understand how people arrive to the conclusion that that is an okay strategy to deal with your own insecurities. So, dude that made these comments, I'm sorry that you suffer from depression. So do I. Here's a tip. Don't be an asshole online to cope with it, because you're not really coping and you're making other people's lives worse as well. And as to the people that this article really talks about, you know, the people that are the aforementioned, you know, neckhole fuckers, obviously you've kind of already, like, gone beyond the pale, like, you're irredeemable. But all I can do is hope and pray, and not pray because I'm not religious, but hope that someday either the website you frequent will be shut down, or you'll just get tired of it and leave that toxic environment and realize that you are not human right now. You are being an enormously terrible person. There is no benefit to being like what you're being like if you're telling people to go fucking die. And, yeah, just, you're making the world a horrible place. Why? Anyway, sorry for all the lost subscribers I inevitably got with this video. I do have more gameplay videos coming up soon. And, yeah, feel free to leave a comment with your own opinions on the subject. Feel free to insult me if that's what you want. But you should really read the article, because as one of the things it mentions says, as long as you're using things, terminology like slut or whatever in your argument, nobody's going to take you seriously. So you have to decide, are you going to be a hater, or are you actually going to have a discussion? Because you can't really do both. Sorry. Alright. Bye.